Welcome back, and today we're talking about the day I became a god, episode 4. So like always, let's just jump into it. Episode 4 of The Day I Became a God starts off with the investigation of Dr. Kurogi. Now, I believe he is going to be the one responsible for the end of the world, maybe the technology that he's working on, or maybe he is another god, something along those lines, but the one hacker is still investigating him, trying to learn more about Dr. Kurogi, and we find out that he has a family. So now the hacker has something to work with, right? He has a little bit more of information, so he has something to work with, and that's essentially everything that we got when it came to that side of the story. Instead, we focus on Yota and some of his ambitions that he wants, right? We see he has a crush on a TV personality. Her name is Tengan, and that's like the celebrity crush that everybody has, right? Yota, of course, he knows that he's never going to meet this person, but it just so happens that when you have the god of Odin right next to you, she will make anything happen. So with the end of the world coming in so fast, she decided to enter Yota in a tournament. Well, she entered in his name, and she actually won the tournament because, again, she's omniscient. She can see everything. She knows everything. So she was able to win fairly easy, and now Yota has a place in the finals, and he will get to meet Tengen. Now, of course, Yota was taken by surprise. He doesn't know how to play the game. And I have to say, this episode showed just how smart Yota is, because I don't care if somebody that's omniscient tells you all the different moves that you need to do in order to beat, you know, a grandmaster in chess or a grandmaster in Mohjang or whatever the game may be. It doesn't matter if you have all the information in front of you. If you cannot remember every little step, you're not going to win. And the fact that Yota was able to keep up with all these different great players, he memorized all the moves, was absolutely amazing, and just tells you how smart Yota is. Now, I have to say, I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on. It didn't look cool. Yota being, you know, going into his persona. We saw him do it with the ramen shop. I absolutely love it. It makes me laugh every single time. Heck, even Odin, whenever she meets new characters like Ashura, whenever she learned about his name, and again, it's another god name, she just freaks out every time. I absolutely love it when Hina / Odin freaks out, because again, she has the most common name, Hina. You know, Odin, we know Odin, a great god, but Hina, like, yeah, that's not it. That name does not intimidate anybody. And when you got somebody named Ashura, yeah, she's gonna freak out. It was absolutely amazing. Now, the game itself of Mohjang, I don't understand the rules. I don't understand what was going on. But the way that Yota was acting, you could tell that, you know, it was doing every single move that Odin told him to do. And that's how essentially he got the win. So I can't really dive too deep into the game itself because I have no idea. Now, I will say they did talk about Uno, and I know how to play Uno, but I didn't know it was that simple, right? Like, it had some of the same similarities. Again, we see Yota, he's able to skip a turn, so kind of like the skip card from Uno. He's able to reverse the order that people go. So I don't know, but every time Odin came up and said that, you know, if you can do it in Uno, you can do it in Mohjang, that was awesome. It was funny. I was laughing. Now, again, I do think that all of this is working out for Yota to be Izanami's boyfriend. I think Odin is still working with that, you know, with that goal in mind, because we see that Ashura has no idea how to play Mohjang as well. So every time something awesome happens on the board, he doesn't know what's going on. It has to be explained to him, and of course, it has to be explained to us, the viewers. But we see that Izanami does understand the game. She's very like excited about everything that's going on. So again, I think this is all helping Yota have a relationship with Izanami. It's like him showing off in front of her, and she's kind of knowing Yota a little bit more about what he likes to do, and now they have something more in common. Now, some people might say that this is cheating and all that stuff, but I have to say, if the end of the world is indeed coming in 13 days, like they said in the last episode, would you really care? Can we at least agree that Yota deserves this? I mean, let's be real. 13 days left for the world to end. I don't care what Yota has to do. If his dream is to be with Izanami, he wants to be in a relationship with her. They only got 13 days left. And if, you know, every episode, because I think the last 2 episodes, each episode was about a week. So we got about 2 or 3 episodes max before Ragnarok hits. That's what I'm gonna call it because of the, you know, the mythology that they're going after. But yeah, if Ragnarok does indeed come in 13 days, it's the end of the world. What's going to happen is Yota and Izanami, are they going to be together? Now, the last bit, of course, since Yota ended up winning the tournament, it was funny because Tengan came in trying to get Yota to play with her in her room. It was funny. She was flirting with him, and I swear, Yota was having a heart attack. He died and his soul kind of came out. That scene had me rolling. It was a very funny episode. I loved this episode. I would say it's my favorite episode so far out of the 4 that we have gotten. I think it beat episode 1 and 3 because I think episode 2 was definitely the weakest. But yeah, episode 4 was absolutely great. I loved it. And once Tegan got turned down, she got mad. She got mad and she sent her bodyguard after Yota. It was just a very, very funny moment. And we see that Odin, or Hina, really set all of this up. I mean, as soon as she saw Yota, she was like, oh, that was quick. Did you end up winning against Tengan? You know what I mean? And yeah, it was kind of sus. It was kind of awesome that Odin set all of this up for Yota to have a thing with his celebrity crush, and he kind of turned it down once again for Izanami. So he went back to look for Izanami and kind of talk to her, but she was already gone. Again, in 13 days, I think these 2 characters are going to have a deep relationship, but it's going to suck because if this anime has a very sad ending, which I predict it will have a very sad ending, it's going to be horrible because damn, 13 days left. The countdown continues. Next episode, it should go down to about 7 days if they keep going at the pace that they're going. But overall, I am loving this anime. I'm glad I started it. Usually, I don't watch animes like this, but this one, I've been loving every episode. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. And like always, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.